So first of all, I don't know if you've got, I don't know, I've said you're boiling water, so have your, if it's, you've got stock, or boil the kettle. If you do that, as well as put your oven on to 180. If you've got a grill setting to help caramelize the cheese. Okay, so I'll just run through the ingredients while the kettle is boiling. So for the omelette, stroke frittata, just bring that, you can see that in the waiting list as well when we're going to come on. So about that amount, chorizo, some of you are doing some bacon, so 4 or 5 rashers, depends if it's streaky or back bacon. Some cooked new potatoes, red onion, block of cheese, and some peas. It doesn't matter if they are frozen, because they will defrost, but you know, it won't really cool your omelette down if they're frozen. So I've given the measurements. So I've got my couscous in a bowl. And what I tend to do, I just pour the boiling water in, and just enough to cover the top of the couscous, and that's enough. So just slowly pour your water in around the outside. Try not to move the couscous around too much. You want it fully covered. Just a little shake, flatten it out. And as soon as you put enough water in there, cling film or a lid on it to capture the steam. That will just help the couscous fluff up, and we'll leave that for about 5-10 minutes on the side. So hopefully you're in that place. Next, get your frying pan on. So a frying pan that you're comfortable with, that will handle 6 eggs if you're doing more. That's not really a bad thing if it's 20 centimetre diameter. Obviously, if you're doing a 1 portion with 3 eggs, ideally you have something a little bit smaller, because you want the egg to halfway up the pan. So put that on. I've got it on heat 4. Okay, chorizo, if you're using this, cut in half. Just before I go any further, I just want to give you a little tip if you're not sure. Your chopping board, make sure there's something damp underneath it at all times. Yeah, it just stops it from moving around. Because if you're on a surface that your chopping board is sliding everywhere, you've got to cut yourself. Okay, chorizo, there's a little skin. Just peel that off. Rashers of bacon if you're doing streaky. Thin little add-ons. Nice and even. So I'm using chorizo, and I'm not going to put any fat into the pan, because there's fat will come out of here. So if you're using streaky, you just need to put a little bit of oil or butter in there. See, it's not always easy at home as well. Okay, so I'll cut that into 3, as easy as possible. Small dice you want. Okay, so when you're holding your knife, your fingers are like that, so it's like a claw. So not like that, and chop, chop, chop. Otherwise, you've got to lose your fingers, or the tips of your fingers, which can add a little bit more texture, but it'll add a little bit more stress into your environment as well. Okay, so nice dice, just the size that you want. Just slide your finger back, yeah. And you just rest the knife along, push it down. Yeah, and then the same again on the other side, with the other half. Okay. I'm going to move you around, so hopefully you're not seasick, because I need to move you from chopping to frying. Here we go. Get that, David Attenborough. Just some paper towel to protect the laptop. I don't want Kings charging me for a broken laptop. Okay, so what we do, just check your pan. It's not too hot, otherwise your bacon chorizo has got to burn, or if you're using something else. So you just want to slowly fry that. It slowly releases the oil, so we don't have to add any other additional fat. We might have to, depend. First time I've used this type of chorizo, it's a little bit more smokier. So, you know, once we come to adding the other bits, we might have to add a little bit more. So I'm going to move you back. The next thing that we'll put in there is the onion. Okay. So half an onion peeled, keep the root. So we've got to chop this one, and then we'll slice the other one for the couscous salad. So most important bit is you keep the root on, so it holds the onion together. And then again, your fingers protecting you from the knife, and just don't go all the way through to the top of the onion. Nice and easy. Okay. And then if you are comfortable, if not, it takes a bit of practice. Obviously, I've been doing this for 20 odd years. So what we do is we take the third up and just slide it along. Again, being very careful, your fingers. I'll come to them bits later. And then on the second third, okay? So you need you need a sharp knife for this. And then just nice easy strokes. Okay, and then anything else, don't waste anything. I mean, this is for home, you know, it doesn't need to be perfect as what we would have in a restaurant or for one of our high-end dinners. So look, no wastage whatsoever. Okay, anything that's fell off, again, just try and make them all the same size. Okay. So just keep an eye on your pan. I'll just show you. So you can see the fat start to come out of the chorizo, which is great because, you know, all of that is flavour that's got to go into the omelette. Bake it in the oven. With an omelette, you would just do it in the pan. Okay, potatoes, depending on the size, cut in half. And you want just nice, larger dice than the onions. Potatoes are a little bit bigger. I mean, you can use larger potatoes, sweet potato. Again, it's up to you guys. It's all about experimenting, about, you know, your flavors that you like. I did forget to mention that we're not expecting any fire alarms today. So if they do go off, well, you've got the ingredients, so I'm sure you'll find your way through it. I don't know if anyone saw the clip of John Turode. He was burning his tea towel. His fire alarm went off, so, you know, Be careful, kids. Okay. So once you've got that done, let's do it as well, add the onion. I don't need any more fat in there. Bear in mind, this will still colour as we are cooking the onions and the potatoes. Okay, onions in. Put them in there for about 30 seconds, 1 minute. That'll make, see all that chorizo oil in there, or your bacon fat, if you, whatever you're using. So if you, at that stage, got your potatoes done, we'll look to move on with the mix for the couscous. 30 seconds, 20 seconds, just, you know, till it softens a little bit, then we'll add the potatoes. Just make sure you're mixing at all times, you know, it doesn't stick, doesn't burn. You don't want too much colour in there. Once we put the potatoes in, we'll put the heat up a little bit because you want a little bit more roasting in the potatoes. Okay, so tomatoes that's going in the couscous, cut them in half if you haven't done so already. I'm using basil, coriander and mint. Again, it's what you've got in your fridge, what you've got to use up. It's all goodness in there. Almonds I've already mixed with my raisins, just toasted them lightly in the pan beforehand. You can do them in the oven as well. Just don't take them too far, otherwise it'll be too bitter. Okay. Right, now at this stage, I'm going to add the potatoes. If your onions have soaked up all your fat, you might need to add a little bit. You can use olive oil, butter, which I put in there as optional. Chefs like a load of butter. Not great for your diet, but hey, this is a treat. It's healthier than pizza, kind of. Okay, so I do add a little bit of salt in there now, just a little bit. Let that. Don't agitate the pan too much because you'll lose the heat and you won't get as much caramelization into your potatoes. So there's a bit of butter in there, pepper, sorry. I'm going to put a little bit of butter into mine. Just turn up the heat up a little bit, so you can see that. Yeah, get everything's coated in the fat, nice and even. Okay, and then we'll just leave that to fry. In the meantime, we'll come back to our couscous. These dishes are very versatile. You know, the frittata, breakfast, lunch, dinner. The couscous salad, you can have that for lunch and dinner. It'll be really nice, even for overnight. Okay, so it should be like that. So if you get a fork, and then just slowly drag it back, just to release the couscous, so you don't end up with loads of big clumps. So you just need to do it gradually rather than digging straight in there at once. Yeah. and you see it, you know, the volume, you know, increasing quite considerably. The individual grains. Couscous is not actually a grain. Little balls of semolina. Okay. Yeah, once you've all of that nicely mixed, remember just keep an eye on your frying pan. Okay. Okay, lovely. And what we're going to do is a nice drizzle of olive oil. If you've weighed it out already, that's fine. Don't put too much in. If you don't, you can always add more, take it away. Okay. Just add the almonds, raisins in there. That sink is filling up again. Kitchen porter's not going to be too pleased. Tomatoes. You have, what was it? Cumin, half a teaspoon of cumin. No, just sprinkle it in. If you want to use cumin seeds, you could toast them in with the almonds as you're toasting them. Just lightly mix that in. Yeah, we'll season it at the end. Okay, we'll leave that to the side. And we'll add in the herbs last minute. Okay, yeah, coming along nicely. We'll give that a little bit longer in the pan, just to caramelize the potatoes. Where's your back? Hope you're all with me still. If not, shout out. Okay, onion. We've got to slice this one. So take the root off. 45-degree angle. You take as less as possible off. And you follow you see the grains of the onion. So again, holding your fingers like the claw and just nice and thin. Take your time. Push it right down. And when you're not comfortable, flip it over so you got more weight on the bottom rather than you do on the top. Again, starting again. Your knife. Nice and thin. Just break it up a wee bit. And that'll go into your couscous salad. Okay, so nice mix. Egg colour coming together as well. Lovely fresh. Okay. So what we're going to do, I can smell my onions starting to caramelize. So what we'll do is let's crack the eggs into your bowl. Obviously, recommend 3 eggs per person, medium size. What you can do now is turn the heat off. Leave the pan on there, but turn the heat off because that's all we've got to do on the stove. The rest of it we've got to finish under the grill in the oven. Make sure it's nice and whisk. There's no separate the white and the yolk. Just give it a final little mix round. Okay. And then your egg, put it from the outside. Yeah, it will all naturally fall into the middle. So if you put the egg mix in around the outside of the pan, the egg mixture will naturally just flow into the center. Okay, once you put that in there, what you got to do is scatter the peas in there, just over the top. If you have any peas that fall out of the pan, they're known as escapees. There's my dad joke for the evening. Okay, on another note, crack on. Cheese, if you've already got it grated, again, scatter it over there. But what I'm just going to do is do it straight from there. It does say 2 portions is 2, and this will feed a few more with your salad. But you can easily, well, I can easily eat a little bit more. No comments, please. Okay, as soon as you're happy with that, into your oven or with the grill. Should take about 6 minutes, depending on the size of your pan, the depth of your egg mix has gone in there. But we'll just keep checking that. You want a slight wobble in the middle because it will keep the residual heat. We'll just keep cooking as well. Okay. Right. Sure your chopping board is nice and clean. So 2 more things to go in the couscous. Herbs. I keep all the stalks on the coriander, and that's where all the flavour is. I mean, I'm finding that a lot of people are very dislike to coriander, but again, you know, the herbs that you choose. Again here, look, fingers, same position, always protecting your fingernails. And just slowly. This kind of term here is called chiffonade. So just chiffonade the herbs. Again, nice sharp knife, you don't bruise the herbs and you don't leave any of the flavour on your chopping board. Okay. That, I'm done with the chopping now. Okay.
So, question about oven stroke grill. My frying pan won't fit in the oven with the door and shut the door. So am I better to stick it under the grill, or I'm going to have to stick it under the grill, aren't I?
Yeah, that will still work. It'll just take a little bit longer.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine with that.
Cool. Cheers.
No worries. Okay, look, see this coming together. Look at the colours in there. Absolutely beautiful. And then the last thing, you just got to check mine. Yeah, still a bit away there. No need to panic. Okay. Then a little bit of lemon zest and juice. if you got little zester like this, perfect. If not, you can use actually what I might do, I'll use that. So a quarter doesn't give me some chip later. So you've got your square grater, that works just as well. It's the same size actually anyway. So we've got to grate this, half of this into this mix. So a couple of strokes. You don't want too much of the white, too bitter. Not very nice. Couple, and then just move the lemon to the side where you've just grated. As you can see, I'm moving the lemon as I go around. And then I'll do that all the way around again. Grate it straight into the salad because you get all that, you know, the aromats and the natural oils just going in there to capture. Don't grate it onto a bowl or chopping board. Okay. Scrape that out. And just make sure you don't get any pips in there. I don't want any dentist bills. I did mean to say no disclaimer, don't come to me with any cuts, burns, lacerations. Okay, squeeze that in there. And that'd be your acidity, where, you know, normally you would add oil and vinegar. You're just adding lemon juice. It adds a little bit more, you know, depth of flavour in there. Okay, mix it up. Such a versatile ingredient. Nice tagine. You know what you do, you just taste it. Happy with your seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. You got lemon, you know, the acidity from lemon, the tomatoes, the sweetness from the raisins. Delicious. Okay, check your frittata omelette. Okay, so here's mine. Just check. There's a little bit there, but it's that will continue cooking. So I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see that. I'm good with that. And that's pretty much it. So tomato couscous salad, pea, chorizo or bacon, frittata. And that's your dinner sorted. Unless you burnt it and you're getting delivery. Hi guys, how you doing?
We're just grilling ours a little bit more.
Very good. Looks good.
Thank you, Chris.
So doesn't like to share. But guys, if you get any questions, fire away. There'll be a form coming through tomorrow to fill in if you've got anything. We do this every Thursday. Next week, Lewis will be doing the cookery class. Following week, there's got to be 2 classes.
All good, thanks, Chris. That was fun. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Chris. Thank you, Chris. Bye.
Bye.